Hello, and thank you for tuning in. This is Joanne Francis, and today I am sharing with you what I am labeling expansion story number one. It is so exciting to recognize that this is one of the purest forms of expansion of our divine spirituality, of our individual divine spirituality. And it's based on a conversation that I had with a lovely dear client of mine just yesterday. And I will begin the story by apologizing to the divine universe, to her and any other beautiful person of spiritual faith that I may have taken part of in any way by simply dispelling the very fact that they are not a part of my world because of their religion. There were never any outright acts of hate. However, the point of view of the human existence on this earth certainly did pervade my own sacred self, and I learned and was conditioned and formatted to simply ignore people based on their faith. I was instructed, and I've said this in previous vlogs, I have been instructed on what to do if people of faith, some faiths, came knocking at the door. Pretty confident, never exercised it. Just never answered the door. So I apologize to the divine universe for my ignorance, my ignoring the existence of others' beautiful faith and spirituality and who their divine is. As I have grown, not just as a hairdresser or just as a human, but in all encompassing aspects of a person walking this earth, I am blessed to have had this wonderful woman grace my chair. And our conversation yesterday is the expansion because we both allowed, and I'm going to take a seat here because it's pretty massive. This is so exciting to me. We both allowed the conversation of spirituality to flow, to go. I had not seen her over the course of a year. For whatever the reason, no, it doesn't matter. However, the pattern has been that when her busy life opens a window for her to get her hair done, I always have that window and time frame available to her. In some way, it has always worked out organically. And yesterday, it was the culmination of our, 20, maybe 15, 20 years. We're going to have to figure that out like it matters. And it was through her that I learned some things about her spiritual faith. And it's through learning through her and a few other clients. And I'm not mentioning the faith particularly because I need you to understand it doesn't matter. What matters is the degree of devoted and beautiful faith and spirituality that they have with their divine. And yesterday in our conversation, as I explained to her my personal spiritual growth, my expansion, the purpose of organic divinity, I'm pretty sure I covered it. well enough. She loved it. She told me as I stopped my storytelling and my conversation, my relating to her, my transformation, and all of the things that have brought me to this very moment in time. And I stopped myself several times to make sure she was comfortable, you see. And in those moments when I questioned to make sure, it was that beautiful expansion. Because she was good to go. And the beauty of that moment, you've got to understand, is so rare. And we have to make it normal and commonplace. Because I know in the past, we both would have been scared to broach the very question of, is it okay that I say that your divine spirituality and mine may be different, but we are after the same exact thing? To be that connected to our divine. That is the point of expansion. That is the point of organic divinity and the expansion of our universal spirituality. She and I came together in that beautiful moment to expand one another's spiritual growth by allowing it to just happen. That through all of these stories that I've been sharing with you, this growth of mine, and through my picking and choosing as the conversation went, what it was I was to tell her. We were on a universal wavelength, a universal frequency of spirituality. There you go. That's the organic divinity at work right there. Just keep saying it until you nail it. That was the expansion right there. That she and I came together and co-created. Boom! And she can expand as I have expanded and am expanding. And the sheer beauty of that moment can be still your heart. It can fill your chest. It can make you stop in your step to understand. That's how it works. That's how we can make it work. And that we both rose to the occasion and the vibration of frequency that brought us together while we continued to stay completely devoted to our divine. You know, that is what we must multiply. And I know that we have been working toward it. And I know my purpose has definitely been working toward that, because I have been blessed and graced with some of the most beautiful people in the world in my chair. And I've learned about other spirituality and other divine connections and divine beings that circumnavigate and that rule our world. How amazing is that? And we can expand our spiritual growth by staying as individuals, learning our sacred selves, and opening the door like she and I did yesterday, and expanding our own personal sacred selves to be open to the understanding that we can do this together, and we can raise that frequency, that vibration that we all share in our love for our sacred and divine spirituality. What an amazing, expansive moment to have.